Today, we're going to be talking all about how to establish and maintain discipline. And this is one that will change your life if you let it. Because if you have big dreams, but you don't have the drive to see them through, you are just an empty dreamer. And my friends, that is definitely not what I want for you. I want for you guys to be able to achieve your deepest dreams and goals, but that's going to require you to establish that discipline and see it through. All right, question number one. What are some practical steps that I can take to introduce discipline into my everyday routine? All right, the key when it comes to discipline, one, you have to know what it is that you're trying to achieve and why you want to achieve it. Once you know what you're trying to do and why you're trying to achieve it, then we're going to put rules in place. So when you have rules and you know these are the things I do, these are the things I don't do, they are bright lines in your life, we can start to create some routines and habits that are going to take us where we want to go. So I'll give you some rules in my life, especially it's the night before and the morning of, so that every day is set off for success. So rule number one, I go to bed at 9 p.m. like it's a religion. So that way I'm going to get as much sleep as I need. I almost never wake up to an alarm, because I just want to make sure that I get plenty of sleep. So rule number one, bright line, go to bed at 9. Rule number two, I'm out of bed in 10 minutes or less. So from the moment I realize I'm awake, I'm getting out of bed in 10 minutes or less. Now, the reason I need that rule, even all these years later, because I first put that rule in my life in my early 20s, the reason that I put that in place is because I was laying in bed 4 to 5 hours a day, every day, and getting absolutely nothing done. And so I realized that if I didn't have that rule, if I didn't just have a mandate, a bright line, a non-negotiable that I got out of bed in 10 minutes or less, I was never going to get anything done. Now, you have to have that goal and that reason, otherwise you're not going to stick to your goal. And so you're not going to stick to your rule. A big part of your discipline is knowing why you're doing all of this. So I had all these big dreams and quite frankly had shame because I was at that point engaged to my now wife, and I felt like I was letting her down, the family down, because I wasn't actually taking steps to make my dreams come true. So trust me when I say that if you don't build the desire, if you don't really want something that makes it worth having these rules, you're not going to stick with it. So out of bed in 10 minutes or less. Next thing is I set beside my bed my workout clothes. So it's not like a big debate whether or not I'm going to work out. I put my workout clothes on, I give my dog his medicine, long story, and then I go and work out. And it just makes it easy when the very thing there next to your bed are your workout clothes. The next thing I do is I make sure that I always have an important things list so that I don't have to think or wonder what should I be doing. I know exactly what I should be doing with the next 15 minutes of my life because I keep that list of important things that I would need to do in order to take meaningful steps towards my goal. And because I really want my goal, I've built all that desire, it becomes very easy for me to stick with it. So those are some really simple, practical steps that you can put in right now. Know what you want, build the desire to get there, put in rules that optimize your time, and get rid of any and all excuses and sort of weak moments. Because I find people that have to, what should I be doing? They get distracted. They end up living by the law of accident. So go to bed at the right time, have rules about getting out of bed, put your gym clothes or whatever is important to you right there. If you know the first thing that you want to do when you wake up is get to work or whatever, make sure that whatever work implements you have, your laptop, whatever. This is not what I advise, but I'm just saying whatever that thing is important to you, grab it and get going. And then keep an important things list that's in order so that you know exactly what to do first, what to do second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. And if you do that, and you have those bright lines, you'll be off to a very good start. All right, what tools do you use to keep yourself dedicated and focused on your main priority on a daily basis? All right, so much of what I do and how I'm able to accomplish the things that I'm able to accomplish is because I've taken the time to actually build the desire, to want the thing that I'm chasing. Now, a big part of that is assigning meaning and purpose to your goals. Your goals should not be random. They should not be designed to make you rich. Even if that's a second or third order consequence, great. but the primary goal should be something that gives you meaning and purpose. Now, when you have meaning and purpose, you will be willing to fight through the lame, the boring, the difficult, okay? I've said many times, boredom kills more dreams than fear, than failure. It's you get in there, and to get good enough to do the thing that you want to do, it's really boring. You have to do a lot of stuff that you do not want to do over and over and over. And so the only way for you to have the stamina to see that through is to really want that thing that you're pursuing. Now, if you really want that thing that you're pursuing and you've tied meaning and purpose. So back at Quest, it's real boring being under the equipment trying to fix it. But I was there fighting for my mom and my sister. I wanted to end metabolic disease. I wanted to make sure that they lived long enough that I could enjoy their company for decades and decades and decades to come. But to do that, the price for that, if you will, was I had to create food that they could choose based on taste, and it happened to be good for them. At Impact Theory, I am trying to make sure that nobody gets to the age of 15 without encountering a growth mindset through story at scale. And so all the boring things dealing with finance and contracts and all of that stuff, I do it because I really believe in the people that I'm trying to help. And I have deeply personal connections with people that I've encountered in my life that because they didn't encounter a growth mindset in those years, they have struggled needlessly in their lives. And so that really matters to me. So when it gets hard, when I get bored, I can stay focused because I really have this deep spiritual, quite frankly, connection with what I'm trying to do. It isn't about making money. It's not about getting famous. It's about helping people that I love and care about. And so when you have that, you're going to be able to keep yourself focused and on your main priority. And then if you actually believe that you can accomplish it, that helps. And so you need to believe that you can get good enough. You don't have to believe you already are good enough, but you need to believe that you can get good enough in order to achieve this.